Hey guys, this is part 2 of my anxiety, depression, kind of OCD story. So if you haven't seen part 1, I will link it down below so that you can check that out first so that you actually know what I'm talking about. So this is part 2. So I left off right how I was on Lexapro all throughout high school, and then I graduated, and I was fine, and then the start of my college career. My freshman year of college, I went off of Lexapro. I just stopped taking it cold turkey, which that's actually really bad for you, so don't do it. Because I didn't think I needed it anymore, and so I stopped taking it. And my freshman year, I was taking my very first semester. I was taking, I think, to be a full-time student, you only have to take 12 credit hours, and I think I was taking 14, so I was taking a little bit over a full-time student, and I was actually working about 36 hours a week. So I was working full-time and going to school full-time, and so yeah, that sounds like a great combination. But yeah, that's whenever I kind of started to develop more of my anxiety. So yeah, and another thing I wanted to mention that I didn't mention before is during kind of most of my high school career, I did continue to have stomach aches and stuff, but it wasn't anything like in 6th grade. But anyway, and then so my freshman year of college, so I wasn't taking Lexapro anymore, and I was going to school full time and working full time, and it was just insane. I was pretty stressed out at that time. So yeah, but I didn't really show it in any way whatsoever. I did, however, start to gain weight. Not a significant amount, but probably about 10 pounds, give or take. And then, so my second semester of college, about the first week of January, I got very, very, very sick, and I went to the doctor, and they're like, you have the flu. Okay, and so I had the flu. And then a couple months later, my boyfriend and I were planning on going to spring break in Florida. So we planned this awesome trip, and we paid for everything in full because you got a better discount if you paid right then and there. And so we paid for everything, and the week we were supposed to go, I got very, very sick the very first time. So that was awesome. And so we didn't get to go to spring break, and we did not get any kind of refund. We literally just ate everything we paid for that trip. So that gave me a ton of anxiety because we paid a lot of money for that trip, and we literally didn't get anything back. We should have read the fine print because it actually says that you're not going to get any money back if you cancel. But how are we supposed to know I was going to get sick? But anyway, I got sick. We didn't get to go. But I already had that week off of work, so I just continued. I stayed off that week of work. And then I got better. I still didn't feel good for quite a bit. That was in March when I got sick again. And then in May, I woke up and my stomach, I'll insert pictures if I can find them. I woke up and my stomach was outrageously bloated. Outrageously bloated. It looked like I was 6 months pregnant. The photo I have is maybe probably a day before the concert, or maybe even the day of the concert, just because I was watching what I was eating and I was working out during that time, and so I took a picture to show my results, and so that's why I have that picture. And then the next one is a couple days after, and then the next one, it's 10 days from the first picture, so it's crazy. You'll just see it. And so ever since that point, since that day, it was I think it was June at that point, the 10th, the 10th day was June 1st or something like that. Ever since that day, even right now, I have been bloated every single day of my life since that time. I know. I will wake up and there's a point to this. I will wake up in the morning, my stomach will be flat, I will eat anything, and my stomach will immediately bloat, and it just gets bigger and bigger throughout the day. Before I go to sleep, I look 6 months pregnant, and then I go to sleep, and it's flat. Or if I don't get enough sleep, it will be a little bit bloated, but not what it looked like the night before. So, yeah, that is that. And then from that point in June, I started going to a ton of doctor's appointments. This was June 2014 also. Sorry, I told you that. So this was June 2014. So I started going to a ton of doctor's appointments. We went to, like how I mentioned before, we went to a doctor 2.5 hours away, just because those are like the good doctors in that town. So we went to another doctor in that town, and she couldn't tell me what was wrong with me, so I went to a different doctor in kind of closer to me. I went to a gastroenterologist in August of 2014. Well, actually it was September. Well, August, at the very end of August, I put in my 2 weeks at my job just because I was so sick. I felt so terrible. My stomach hurt all the time, and I was constantly getting sick. And so I put my 2 weeks in at my job, and then so I stopped working there in like September 14th. I think was my last day or something like that of 2014. And so I stopped working, so I didn't have a job anymore. And then that semester I actually quit all the classes that I had to actually go out to the campus for. So I only did online classes that semester, just because I couldn't go out there. I tried to go out there the very first day of class, and I got sick all over myself, which is really gross, and I'm sorry if that gives you an idea, but I'm hoping to help someone with this problem. Well, maybe I won't. But I ended up getting sick that day. But anyway, and so I put my 2 weeks in at my work. I didn't have a job anymore. So I started going to a different gastroenterologist, and he actually did a whole bunch of tests. I got a colonoscopy done, and they actually found a polyp, and they removed it, which a polyp is kind of like a precancerous, like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a pimple, and it's like precancerous. It can like turn into cancer if you have it for long periods of time. Older people get it more often. And so I had a polyp, and they removed that, which is a really good thing that I actually went to a different doctor, because if I would have continued going to the doctor that didn't want to do anything and just wanted to put me on medication, didn't want to run any kind of tests, years from now I could have developed colon cancer. So thank God I went to this different doctor. And then he also found spots of erosion throughout my intestines. And he like tested them and stuff, and he couldn't really figure out what was doing that, because I was tested for like Crohn's and like any kind of inflammatory bowel disease and stuff, and all that came up negative. And so he was thinking that the reason why I had spots of erosion was due to taking like NSAIDs like Advil or ibuprofen, because it's really, really hard for your stomach, and it does tear up your insides. Even though I really didn't take a whole lot of ibuprofen or Advil, I mostly stuck to Tylenol, because that was what I've always was raised to take. But that's what he said that was caused from, so he's a doctor, not me, obviously. And so then he did a endoscopy, and I was diagnosed with gastroesophageal disease, acid reflux. It's just acid reflux. So I was diagnosed with that. So I have acid reflux, and then he did like it's like a pill cam. It's like a pill endoscopy. And so you swallow like a pill and it goes through. And again, I had acid reflux. He didn't find anything else other than that. And so then my symptoms still just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And just recently I went to the doctor. I still have more to talk about, but I want to finish this. Just recently I went to the doctor, and he told me that he couldn't find anything wrong with me, and whenever you can't find something wrong with someone, they diagnose you with IBS. So he diagnosed me with IBS. That's a whole nother story. I probably shouldn't have put all this in. But anyway. And so I just kind of wanted to give you a little background that I have a lot of stomach issues, and I get sick quite often. And so basically that I've gotten a lot of it. I've had so much anxiety. But anyway, and so back to, I quit my job, and I was only doing online classes. And so then in about December, I started getting really, really sad, and like very sad, to the point of I was never going to do, I don't think I was ever going to do it, but I had thoughts of hurting myself, not like cutting or anything, but actually physically didn't know if I could be on this earth any longer. I would have these thoughts, and then I would immediately like shut them down and be like, what the heck, Logan, why are you even thinking these thoughts? What's going on right now? Like, what is going on with you? You've always been such a happy person. Why are you having sad thoughts? Why are you having these thoughts? And so right then I knew I had depression. And so that was in December of 2014. And I really honestly think I developed it because because my first year of college, I was like taking all these credit hours and I was going so strong. And then the next year of college, I'm taking very minimal online classes. I don't have a job no longer. I no longer have a job, and I'm basically sitting at home because I'm too scared to go out anywhere because I'm scared I'm going to get sick. And so that just gave me so much anxiety that I was scared I was going to get sick, and so I just didn't go places. And so that's kind of what caused my depression. And now I know, like, days before I'm going to, like, whenever I'm about to kind of go through like a depression episode, it's kind of what I call it, I can, like, a couple days before, I can feel myself, like, it just feels like I have a whole bunch of weights tied to every part of my body, and I just feel like I'm just like a cloud is hanging over me, and that I just feel like there's weights all over my body, and it's like dragging me down. And so that's kind of how I can tell whenever I'm going to have like a depression episode. And so what helps me through that, whenever I can kind of feel a cloud hanging over me, I make crafts. And I kind of wanted to make this video so that maybe I could possibly help somebody. Both of my videos are going to be so long, and I'm so sorry for that. And I hope this helps someone, because that's really the reason why I wanted to make it. I don't want you to feel sorry for me or anything like that. And like, I don't like that. I don't like when people feel sorry for me. But I just really want to help other people, and maybe help them kind of just get better. And so, what I do whenever I feel the cloud of depression hanging over me, I will do crafts. A couple months ago, I haven't had one in a while, just because I know what it feels like, and I know what to do to stop them. A couple months ago, in like June, I felt the cloud of depression hanging over me, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go through this again, so I'm gonna craft. So I decided to repaint an old mirror. I repainted a couple other things, and within a couple of days, it was gone. And I just immerse myself in other things, like in crafts and such, and I immerse myself in that, and I do well. And so I've kind of helped myself through the depression thing. So if you do suffer from depression, try crafting because it's helped me tremendously. I just sometimes I make even dumb stuff. I painted some coolers. This is kind of really, really what helped me. Um, I paint coolers. I really like doing that. That's like something I like doing. I've made one for myself, I've made one for my cousin, and I made one for my boyfriend, and I'm making one for my brother now. So that really, really helps. You do have to completely immerse yourself in this, and I think that's why it helps, because it's so much work and we have to continue to do it, that's why I think it helps. And it helped me tremendously. So I know if I'm ever going a dark time to make a cooler. So yeah, there's that. And the anxiety thing, well, I'll start with OCD. I'm on medication for my OCD and it's gotten so much better. But I still do have like some bouts of OCD where I'm like, oh, well, yesterday I didn't get sick, so if I do the same exact things I did yesterday, I won't get sick today. Obviously, that is not true. Obviously, if you do the exact same thing every day, it's not going to make a difference of whether you get sick or not. That's just your body. I mean, and so that's kind of how OCD, you're like, it's an idiotic, well, not an idiot, it's not the truth, and it's like kind of a dumb thought, but in your mind you're like, I'm gonna do it because it's gonna make me feel better. But yeah, I've gotten better through that with my OCD, with the medication. And then my anxiety, I'm working on it, but oh my gosh, it's so difficult. If you guys have like anxiety related to like an illness or anything, tell me what you guys do, because it's difficult. I'm scared just driving the almost 3 hours to get to my boyfriend's house, I got sick along the way. And I don't know why. But I got sick along the way just for a 3-hour drive. And so I'm really scared to do anything. I'm scared to go on vacation. I went on vacation, like last week, and it was pretty good, but I got sick multiple times during that vacation. So yeah, I don't know. I just have so much anxiety with it, and I think that's what's making me more sick, because like I said, I can't handle anxiety like whatsoever. I did get put on a different anxiety medication, but I don't think it's working at all. I've tried tons of anxiety medications, and the only one that worked for me was Lexapro. So I think I'm going to go back on that, and I'm hoping that will help a lot. But I think that's what makes me sicker than what I actually am. I think I get sick, and then it makes me more sick. I think I have some type of food intolerance, and that is why I'm bloating, and that is why I'm getting sick. And so whenever I do get home from visiting my boyfriend, I'm going to go on a very, very hardcore diet. Like, not really a diet, but a hardcore, like, I'm only going to eat healthy foods and then reintroduce different foods back into my body. I've noticed that, like, sugar is, like, a huge, huge thing that makes me very sick and makes my stomach hurt very bad and bloats really bad. So I'm going to be doing that when I get home. But yeah, this was a super long video and it was totally all over the place. So I'm sorry about that. But I just have a lot of anxiety and don't want to go places because I'm scared of getting sick, and I have anxiety about getting sick just because I went so many places and I've gotten sick and I've had to leave, and basically I'm scared of getting sick on myself and everyone seeing me have nastiness all over me. And so yeah, that's just what gives me the most anxiety, and I'm working on it, but it's difficult. I'm actually a lot better than what I was in like December and January, because I wouldn't do anything then. I would not leave my house. I wouldn't even go to my boyfriend's house. Like, that's how bad I was. I wouldn't go to my boyfriend's house. And he literally lives like lived 7 minutes away from me. Now he lives 2.5 hours. So yeah, I just have a lot of anxiety and don't really like leaving the house. Which is, I say that as I'm sitting in my boyfriend's apartment, not leaving his apartment. But yeah, I have a lot of anxiety about that. And if you know of a way that you help yourself through that, please comment down below, because I need some help on this. I'm hoping my medication will help me, but I don't know. But it's just really affecting my life, because I'll go somewhere and I'll get sick, and then that literally makes me never ever want to leave the house ever again, because I'm scared of getting sick. So yeah, it's really, really affecting my life. I'm not even going I'm not even going to the college campus. I am strictly on an online only class schedule, and I mean, how are you supposed to get a degree only online? Which, I mean, I know it's possible, but I was wanting to be a nurse before all this happened, and you can't go to nursing school online. So, I don't know. I'm hoping this will get better, but we'll see. Wow. That video took a really sad turn. Actually, both of these videos were actually super, super sad. But, yeah, I just kind of want to tell you guys how I felt myself through my OCD and my depression. And then I kind of wanted to ask for you guys' help through my anxiety and kind of ask questions about that. Another thing I want to talk about is another thing that helped me through my depression was starting YouTube. This is actually why I started my YouTube channel. I watched YouTube videos forever. Like, I mean, that's what I did all day long. I watched YouTube videos all day. I mean, I woke up, like, got out of my bed, went and laid on the couch, stayed on the couch all day, only got up to eat and go to the bathroom, and then I went and laid down in my bed. That was like in my state of depression, that's what I did. And I watched I'd only watch TV, and then I started watching YouTube videos. And that's kind of when I started getting better. And I just continued to watch YouTube videos and YouTube videos and YouTube videos. And then I'm like, why don't I make my own channel? And so I decided one day I'm going to make my channel. No, I don't have a fancy camera. No, I don't have a fancy ring light. No, I don't have a fancy tripod. But I'm going to start making one because I think it will be fun. And I started making it. And I actually love it. I love filming it, and I love everything about it. I love filming, I love editing. Most people hate editing the videos. That's actually one of my favorite parts, is it. Like, every time I have a new video and I'm like, oh my god, I get to edit a video. So if you're deciding, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, definitely do it, because it's helped me so much. And I know my anxiety has gotten at least a little bit better through YouTube, just because I feel like I can interact with people, and I'm still not leaving the house, but yeah, I'm interacting with people, and so that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. So yeah. Sorry this video was outrageously long, and part 1 was outrageously long as well, but I hope this kind of helped somebody in a way. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe. Bye guys.